Did you know that the famous atmospheric fog in the original Silent Hill video game was put there because of hardware limitations rather than creative choice? You're listening to the Xbox Hub Podcast, the official podcast of the TheXboxHub.com. For the latest Xbox news, reviews, videos, and opinions, make sure you visit TheXboxHub.com. But for now, settle down, get comfy, and open your ears for some podcast delights. Hello, and welcome to the Xbox Hub Official Podcast, episode number 70. My name's Gareth Briney. I'm going to be your host. And on my virtual left is Mr. James Burks. How you doing, James?
Oh, I'm not too bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So you sound very enthusiastic then. I like it.
It will change.
Yes.
I know what's coming.
Yeah, you know what's coming in the order. On the virtual right is Mr. Richard Dobson. How you doing, Richard?
Hello. Good. Thank you. How are you guys?
Very good, thank you. It's March. It's March, would you believe?
March 2020 or 2021.
Oh, well, it could be anything,
never
couldn't
ended.
it? Yeah. So, as we go into March, what have you been doing this week? What have you been doing, James? What fun?
I've been trying to catch up on some films that I've not seen yet, like Birds of Prey.
Oh.
I decided to finally get around to watching it, because I wasn't very enthused about the marketing for it or anything, but I thought I'd give it a go. If anyone's not seen it, it's the Harley Quinn solo movie, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's focused on her life after Joker, as such. It's a bit chaotic. I've got to be honest. It's a bit all over the place. And I think they should have stuck with the idea that it's about Harley Quinn. I think the Birds of Prey concept, really, doesn't really come into play until the last 10 seconds. It's a bit of false advertising. But yeah, it wasn't a great film. I've got to be honest. I don't know if you two have seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I think it's an hour and a half pop video.
Yeah.
And that's
I
it.
can see that.
With lots of lovely, kind of brilliantly bits of camera work, really interesting effects, and that's it. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed.
I think they ruined the bad guys as well. Because the first time they really get to go toe-to-toe with them, they're dead within seconds. And I think when you've got Victor... Is it Victor Saz?
Yeah.
They call him? And Black Mask. They're both quite adept at combat. Yet they don't really get to show it off. And it's a shame. Because it just kind of... It's very anticlimactic.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, Harley Quinn as a character is...
Oh, yeah, she's great. She's great as well. She's brilliant.
I think they handled the post-Joker thing better in the animated series.
Yeah, they did that then, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was much better that way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it is what it is. It's worth watching if you like DC films. But it's not.
Yeah. No, I agree.
If you miss it, you miss it.
There you go. That's a new
That's
feature.
the rest of my weekend.
That's a new feature by James. If you miss it, you miss it. What films do we put in there? Could put anything in there. Games? Richard, what about you? What have you been doing?
I watched the new Netflix series that came out that a lot of people have been talking about, called Behind Her Eyes, which is, I think it's a six-parter, so it's not too long. And it's about what is it about now? Sort of like a love triangle between two women and one guy. But the premise is the married couple, this guy and this woman. There's something about them that you don't quite trust. So you kind of stick along with it to try and find out what it is at the end. And there's a big twist that comes out of nowhere, really. That in the concept of things makes no sense whatsoever. It's very left field. This twist that happens, but you can feel it building up to something. You stick with it for that reason, as opposed to it being really good. If you see what I mean.
Is it good?
It's all right. I wouldn't.
You two have had a brilliant week.
Oh, you know what I'd say? If you miss it, you miss it.
If you miss it, you miss it. That's it now.
Jackson's catchphrase is brilliant. I like it a lot.
But I feel like it being on Netflix, it's not going to disappear.
Yeah.
Which I would suggest it does.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not. I do you know what? I saw the trailer and I thought, this is not for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's very soap opera like at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, you two. Well, while you two have been doing that, one of the other things I do, apart from being on this podcast and chatting to you lovely people, is I am an actor. However good I am an actor, but I'm an actor. That's what I do. That's what I've done for years, and that's how I earn my other bits of money. And what you have to do as an actor, when you do roles, you normally go into a casting suite and audition in front of a director. Because of the pandemic, you can't do that anymore. And everything's getting a little bit back to normal, so there's quite a lot of casting. So you have to do a thing called a self-tape, where you have to record at home your audition. So say you've got an audition for, I don't know, a film, and you've got to be on a beach. You've got to try to recreate as much as you can the beach in your living room and do the scene. And you've also got to rope anyone who's living in the house with you to read the other lines, set up a camera. And so I've been doing a lot of that this week. And now people have become experts. Like there's an actor I know who lives with his parents now during the pandemic, who basically has got his mum. He did this brilliant self-tape he showed me. He's doing this for a movie in a cafe. And halfway through the scene, his mum comes in and gives him a coffee. And he goes, "Thank you very much." He's part of the scene. It was absolutely it's the best thing I've ever seen. So what I'm kind of looking forward to at the end of this is seeing loads of actors self-tapes after the pandemic of what they did, using their dogs, their families to create the scene.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Can you imagine if you use your dog? I said, go on.
No, I was just going to say, do you think they'll leak out like the Handforth Parish Council meeting?
Yeah, they might do.
Some of the videos.
Yeah, they could do. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. What are you going to say, James?
I was going to say, imagine if you do an audition with your dog, and they actually say, "It's great. We want your dog, though. We don't want you."
Yeah. Well, I want your mum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
She's great with that coffee.
And they probably would do that.
That was brilliant.
When there's lots of great stories of actors going in with their mates, famous actors, to castings who go there like they turn up with their mate to give them support, and the cast director goes, "Oh, who are you? Do you want to come and read?" And they get the part. Well, there you go. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and it's my last week of me in my 40s. I'm 50. 50. I shouldn't be doing this podcast. I shouldn't be playing games. Don't know what I should be doing.
That. Not because you age. You can get very good.
Oh God! Right, talking about games, you two links us in. What have we been playing? We've all played one game, haven't we? We've all got we're all very kindly given a code by HeroCraft for a game called Under the Jolly Roger, which sounds like a start of a dirty limerick at the moment, but that's the way I said it. But it's a pirate game. We've all played it this week, had a go, and we just had a review on the site that came up yesterday or today, I think. Today, by David. So, David Osborne. So, what do we think of it? Who am I going to go to first? James, what's the premise of it?
It's a pirate game, but it's a simulation RPG kind of take on it. So you'll get your ship, and you need to manage your crew and set sail across the seas, kill other ships, watch out for the Kraken, and that's a lot. That's what I got from it.
But there's a usual kind of like space, not space, pirate kind of battle.
Yeah, you're in space. Yeah.
Space pirates.
Space pirates. That's
It's a
what I was
very
thinking
unique
of.
take.
There's no space in one. Before we, but you're doing the battles, aren't you? You're choosing your ammo. You're kind of like you're deciding whether to use certain ammo to take out the sails or to take out the hull.
You can breach their ship.
Yeah.
And take them on in hand combat.
Yeah.
And you can just take the easy route and buy and sell goods.
Yeah.
As a good pirate should.
When you go into port and do that.
Yeah.
Richard, what's your thoughts on it?
I missed a lot of this stuff. So when I first started this game, it throws you in at the deep end, if you pardon the pun. Yeah. Because there's not really much of a tutorial to speak of. So I knew that I had to get to one of these locations. So I used the overworld map, which is almost like a fast travel system. But then it pops up to say that you can have a pirate fight on the seas. So I thought, I'll see what this is about. And it was me against two other ships bombing the hell out of each other. But by the time I'd managed to destroy one and was sort of destroying the other one, but then it had destroyed my sails to the point where I couldn't sail anywhere. So I was like dead in the water. But I was still able to fire at this other ship until that got too far away. And then his sails were destroyed. So we were both just sat there out of range of each other and not able to do anything. Mm. And I thought, I don't know what to do now. So I quit the game and restarted it. And fared better much second time around. But there was just nothing there to really...
So did you miss the tutorial at the beginning?
It told me to go to one of the ports. But then it popped up where there was a pirate fight available. And I was like, I'll see what this is about. And there's no tutorial for that. It just told me to fire at ships.
There you go. I think it's a mobile game that's been ported, isn't it? Am I correct?
I think David's.
And I think that's a major problem I've got with it. I think it's engrossing. It's good if you lots of people like those kind of RPGs, but I really did have trouble I first of all was thinking, I need a mouse for this. Really, it got a bit fiddly at times with like some of the things, and then I could see the sort of icon of a finger being shown to swipe, and I couldn't get things moved across very well. And I'm thinking, this makes sense. It's kind
the bit with the where you recruit people and put them into your
that's right.
Your ship. I felt was really badly optimized for a controller.
Yeah,
and at that point, I did think, I wonder if this was a mobile title. And then when I read David's review, he confirmed that it was originally a mobile title.
Yeah. James, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you, but I think the thing I got with it, it's hard, isn't it? Because there's room for loads of games of certain genres, but I don't get what this gives me that maybe Assassin's Creed, the pirate ship bits to give me, or Sea of Thieves. Maybe it's got to give me something else. Maybe I'm missing something that gets me there. And I can imagine it being a really good mobile game actually, and imagine sitting on a tube and having to kind of go swapping things around, going out on a mission, and coming back on a journey, But it didn't kind of work for me on a console. What about you?
Once you get to grips with it, it's quite chilled. I think you just go from port to port, taking a battle when you want it, and just making a bit of cash.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea that you could use special powers, like an artifact.
Yes.
Where you could rain down fire.
Yeah.
On these other ships. I thought that was really cool. But the handling of the ships, I know it's supposed to be realistic with the sails and that.
Yeah, because you can't.
Wasn't for me.
You can't just sort of direct your ship around. You've got to go and wait for wind to get you in the right direction, which is hard, isn't it, to get used to?
Follow the direction of the wind.
Yeah, and I found that is hard.
Yeah, I think it's the controls and the visuals that let it down more than anything. It can be quite off-putting. There was quite a bit there, quest-wise.
There was one bit I thought my ship had sunk, but it turned out to be the waves lapping over the edge.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what was going on at all.
But for people out there who kind of like their sim games and who love pirate games as well, I think it's worth a shot. I don't know how much it is. We've got that in our review probably.
15.
15. Okay. Wow.
Mm.
I would maybe say wait for that to go down a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or wait for Skull and Bones.
Oh yeah, or Skull and Bones. Yeah. But yeah, that's Under the Jolly Roger. What else have you been playing, James? What else have you maybe having a go at?
Well, I had not a quick go. An hour or so, was it? Or 2 hours on Wreckfest. With you, Gareth.
You did on Game Pass.
On the podcast to Paul.
Yeah.
And it was really a lot of fun. Because it's pure destruction. I don't know if you've noticed about me, but in a racing game, I just love to destroy cars. Which isn't really very fair on Forza or, Formula 1. But in this, it's encouraged. So it was music to my ears. But yeah, it really reminds me of Destruction Derby back in the day. But you've got different arenas and you're just going down forever into each other. And it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's really good fun.
We had a great cat and mouse moment where Gareth was in a massive motorhome and I was in this tiny car. And he was just chasing me around, bullying me around the track. And he just couldn't get me. And it was good fun though.
I got him in the end. Richard. I'm just saying.
Well done.
Gareth,
yeah.
amazingly good at that game.
I was good at that game. Weirdly good, wasn't it? It was strange. I think the problem is you two are always trying to kill me. And then you lost focus on the good big goal. But yeah, it's really. I think if it's on Game Pass at the moment for Xbox people, and it's free. And if you've got a group, if you want a party game, it's great. I think you get a few of you together, brilliant. Richard, what else have you been playing?
I did a review for the site that went up on the site yesterday for a game called Gravifier, which is a little indie block pusher puzzle game, but it has a unique twist that as well as pushing the blocks to the destinations and figuring out how to solve the puzzles, you can also control which way gravity works. So if you think of a TV screen as having 4 sides, you can use the right stick to control which way the gravity is pulling and pushing blocks.
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was a nice little game. It's not the longest. I think there's only about 50 levels. But the later levels do get a bit trickier. But I think it's about £4.20 on the Xbox store, and I had a lot of fun with it for the few hours that it took. Nice little puzzle game. Got the brain working for a bit.
What did you give it?
I give it 3.5 stars actually.
Good. Don't know why I said good. Good. That's what I like to hear. Now, I was going to talk about a game that I just looked on my review list, and I can't talk about it. Thank you. That was quite a good bit. In my head, I went, I better check if I can talk about it, but I can't talk about it yet. Thank God for that. James, you've also been playing something, haven't you? The demo of something.
I have. Outriders. After Paul suggested it, I thought I'd give it a go. I don't really like demos, but with this one, whatever you do in the demo will carry over. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. And it really is like Paul said. It's like Destiny and Gears of War mixed together.
Okay.
And it's so much fun. You get loot galore. And it's not just about gunplay. You've also got special powers. And my character in particular is a pyromancer. So I was burning people alive. And setting them on fire and exploding them.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think for a demo, there's a good few hours of content as well.
Yeah.
So on.
No, that's it. I was just agreeing. I know it's hard to believe.
Yeah, It is, yeah. But yeah, you can play it in co-op. But what I liked as well is the enemies are quite aggressive. So where in most games you can sit back and hide behind cover, if you do that too often, they'll just come and get you. And they'll absolutely swarm you.
Well, that's
You've
good.
got to really take the fight to them. But yeah, it's really promising.
I'm looking forward to this game.
Quite on my radar.
Yeah. April the 1st.
It's going to be £60 though.
Oh, okay. April the 1st.
It's a joke of a price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm really excited for that one, man. And if you haven't downloaded it, download it.
Do it.
It's to happen.
We'll do it.
If you miss it, you miss out.
No, that's not your catchphrase. If you miss it, you miss it.
I say, if you miss it, you miss out. That's live and kicking.
Yeah.
Way back.
Get your catchphrase right. We're going to have to write it down. We have to get some T-shirts printed. Right, let's go into some news. It's slow at the moment. We'll be honest with you. It's a slow kind of slow week as we go into March. We sort of like limp into March on the news front. We know there's what games. I haven't got this on the list for you two. I'm putting you on the spot. Games you're looking forward to in March? Anything that sticks out in your head?
Retromania Wrestling.
Oh yeah,
when that arrives.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come last week, but it got delayed because there's certification.
Okay.
And what else is this one?
There's It Takes Two, which Neil's done a great preview on the site, so if that's worth reading about that. It's really nice. Looks great.
Yeah, that's been great.
Yeah. There's another one in there as well, I think. Richard, what have you got? Anything?
I can't think of anything.
Do you know what I'm hoping for, which is meant to happen? There's a bit of Assassin's Creed DLC for Valhalla.
All right.
That's meant to happen this March, but we haven't heard anything. So anyway, all right. Let's look at now Sinking City. There's Richard, you know about this, don't you? Or do you,
yes.
James? Yes. Tell us about it.
Only from the link that you've provided.
No,
us briefly.
right, good.
But it sounds like. Did you review this?
I did review this. Yeah.
So the Sinking City on Steam, I believe last week the developers Frogwares had sort of come out and said, "Don't buy our game," even though it's on the store, and it was all a bit. Why have they said that? And they're arguing that the publisher, who are the French team Nacon, have fundamentally changed something in the Steam version of the Sinking City, so to the point where the developers are claiming it's not their version anymore.
Right. And
I think there's this whole back and forth going on between them two, and it's all a bit messy.
Right.
But the official word from the developers is, "Don't buy this game." But the publishers are like, "Buy this game." So who knows?
I think it was coming out on PlayStation 5 as well, wasn't it? And like the sort of updated new console version at some point.
This last month, I think it was.
Yeah. So is it this version for PlayStation 5 as well? Maybe. I reviewed it, and it wasn't in great shape when I reviewed it back then. So God knows what's happened now. Maybe the publishers just sort of made it better and they got annoyed with it. I don't know. It was a bit rough around the edges. Some great bits to it, but it's a bit rough.
I think it's been an ongoing issue with that publisher because they had that Sherlock Holmes. Is it Devil's Daughter?
Mm.
They had a few issues with that on and off the store on the Xbox.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah.
So yeah, they obviously need to make peace between them or separate and let someone else take on the rights.
Yeah.
Because either way, it's not good for anyone if you're taking someone else's game, allegedly.
Yeah. We also got some information about a new Aliens game, Aliens Fireteam, which looks alright, doesn't it?
Aliens.
It's Aliens, isn't it? And it's like a survival shooter, which is it co-op?
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't. It doesn't fill me with much love anymore. But some people would love this, won't they?
It feels very much like Left 4 Dead and those other Dead by Daylight as well. Those sort of 4v1 multiplayer games. I'm hoping that, because they did say it was a cooperative one, so I hope in the sense that it's cooperative, but one person also gets to be an alien.
Right. Okay.
I don't know whether they've announced that.
Yeah, they said there's going to be a few different campaigns to play.
I think they said 4.
Yeah, and then they take inspiration from the films and expand on the stories. But I didn't really see much about multiplayer, as in like competitive. Because that would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it just seems very... I mean, I know it's the Aliens franchise, which should get people excited, but...
What was that awful Aliens game that came out? It was by the board and
Colonial Marines.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. That's the
You
problem.
have to narrow it down. It's quite a few.
I mean, the only good Alien game is Isolation, and that's a fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic game, I think. And I think that was interesting that they kind of avoided it all. I think everyone wants to make the sort of James Cameron Aliens film, but I don't think you can. Anyway, we'll see. It's coming out in the summer, isn't it? Which is
you haven't got a set date yet.
Yeah, it should be alright. I mean, it's quite a few of these bloody co-op games.
Yeah, there's Back 4 Blood as well, which is around a similar time. Yeah.
I know what happened. We'd all get it for one and play 1 hour of it and then go, okay, well, we'll have to do that again. And we never do. That's what happened. Vampire, the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2. It got delayed, of course. It was meant to come out last year. And it's got delayed into the future. But now there's all sorts of layoffs and all sorts of problems with that studio.
Is this the one that they changed the publisher on as well?
Yeah. It doesn't sound too good at the moment, does it?
No. Sorry, not publisher, developer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not coming in 2021 at all. They've said that. It's going to be... They've not said when it's going to come. But it doesn't. It's one of these games. There's lots of these games, aren't they, that could just disappear. You know. What's that famous one for Xbox? Scalebound. Yeah.
I'm still good about that one.
You see kind of a trailer and of that, and then it's all, and then it just goes, Obviously, they've done work, and the same with Masquerade. It must have been in a bit of a decent shape when they were talking about 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that trailer.
Until they get some new people in.
Yeah.
They can't put a date for it all, can they?
No.
Could be any time now.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a shame.
Sad
news.
It
looked quite cool.
We've had quite depressing news. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
I know, I find it really fun.
Yeah, well, I've got nothing. I think the next one is a bit fun. The PlayStation Store won't let you rent or buy TV shows or movies from August. They decided to knock it on the head, that bit. I think Xbox are carrying on, but they might not. Why do you think this has happened? I mean, they've said it's to do with streaming services and all that stuff, haven't they? And obviously they don't find there's a market there. People are not doing it.
No. I get why they've made the decision. I mean, from my point of view, I've never once bought any films or TV shows off any digital store like that, because it almost ties you into that digital store then. I'd rent the occasional one off Google, but that's simply because you can rent it off there and then you can watch it via your account on YouTube, which just makes it a lot easier to have it on the TV then.
Okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't do it, especially for a game store like that, where you can only then access it on your console, basically.
Okay. James, what do you feel about it? You're the same with Richard.
I think the same. There's not really anyone that I know of that uses it that often. It's not a very sensible thing to do. To rent with so many streaming sites available. Because you'll be able to get so much more content. I just signed up to Netflix or Amazon, even Sky, and now TV. There's so many films on there quite quickly after they come out now. It's not worth renting.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
Just wait a little bit.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
I
don't know why it has to go completely though. I mean, is there any harm having it there for those that do use it?
There might be a licensing thing. There might be money they just have to pay to just literally have it on there. I don't know.
Which means there must be a severe dip in the amount of users.
Well, there has been. We have had a year when we've had no new cinema releases.
Yeah, but I would argue that people should buy in more at home then.
Yeah, but we've got. I think they're pretty rentals. I would use it if there was something coming out on to rent that's been on the cinema 4 months ago, but that hasn't happened, has it? So, you've had Tenant, and that's it for the last year.
Yeah.
So that might have made an impact on it. There you go. But some good news is the Game Pass has just said what's coming soon in March, hasn't it? And there's some good ones in there. What have we got? We've got Star Wars Squadrons on EA Play, which is part of the Ultimate.
Madden. NFL 21.
Yeah.
And EA again.
NBA 2K21.
NHL 21.
Yeah.
Basically, if you like sports, you're in for a great month.
Football Manager
As well, yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got PC, definitely play it on that.
Yeah, me and James trying to play it on the Xbox. It's hard, isn't it?
It's hard work.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. So it's a sports stuff. I mean, Star Wars. If you've got EA, if you've got Game Pass Ultimate or EA Plus, Star Wars Squadron is definitely worth a go. I enjoy myself with that.
It depends who you ask.
Well, are you asking me?
I say if you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah, that's true. No,
I think we've got the podcast title there.
Yeah, exactly. Other news: there's the BAFTA Game Awards nominations are out. I'm not going to go through any of them. Have a look for yourselves because it's the usual suspects that's happened for the last year. It's generally Hades, The Last of Us Part 2, and some Final Fantasy thrown in.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, it's a usual stuff.
Fall Guys.
Yeah. British game is quite interesting. There's a couple of interesting one, and debut games are some quite interesting ones in there. The Falconeers made a little dent in there, so got a nomination. Call of the Sea, which I think Richard you reviewed. Is that right, Richard? Or have I gone mad?
No, I didn't do that one.
Oh, sorry, Richard. Well, that's good. It's a good game, that one.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
I will give it a try then.
Sorry about that. Yeah, give it a go.
There's also Carrions in there as well. Which
that's great, Carrion.
No, I didn't do that one either.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. What have you been doing, Richard?
Nothing, clearly.
Good, that's there. And we've also, what's this Dead by Daylight business?
I put this one in for James because there's a new character coming to Dead by Daylight who is a K-pop star.
James loves K-pop.
I think they titled it quite well. It's the All Kill update. And in the K-pop world, All Kill means that an artist has got a #1 hit on all 8 charts in the country at the same time.
Wow.
And that's going to perfect All Kill. So I think they've done this one perfectly.
That's good. I like that.
It's a good update. I'm playing that one.
Good. Good. But that's kind of it for the news. Really, there's not a lot else out there, is there? You two, got anything else?
Up there, then?
No, we've got more.
Is that the end?
Because I realised how light on the news we were. I thought it's quiz time. Richard is our quiz master, and last time I devised a quiz myself, Richard had to pull out the last minute, and Neil came in, and James lost badly. And I thought I'm going to do that quiz again, and I'll explain the rules of the quiz very quickly to everyone who doesn't know. So on Metacritic for games, you have all the scores from all the reviewers, and it's all in order from 10 down to 0. And then on the other side, you've got the user reviews. which range from the sensible to the mentally deranged, hanging around in a car park saying, I can see aliens and they're up my bum. That's the kind of some of those comments on some of this. On some of
Destiny?
And so what I do is I've got 5. I've picked one game and I've got 5 of these reviews, and they range from bad to good and hard and to easier. So the first one will be very hard, and then it will go down to the 5th one, which will be an easier option. Now, if these two have one guess each after I read the one, and if they get it straight away, they get 5 points. If they get it full, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, or 1 point. And there's a bonus, point for if you can guess the Metacritic user readers score they gave that game, as close as we can get. Is that clear for you?
The user review or the general review?
No, the user's review, not the general, not the critic.
Always 2 or 3 points lower than the actual scores.
Yeah. So you clear? You too?
Yes.
Good. Are we ready? Are we ready at home? Good. Let's do it. This is the first game.
Give him the win.
No, you're playing this. First one. This is the most overhyped game of the summer. There's nothing new here you haven't played before, and the character animations are so slow that you feel like you're playing in wellies. One guess each. What game are they talking about? Richard.
I'm trying to think of games that come out in the summer. Batman Arkham Knight.
No.
Is it Halo 4?
No. The second one. From a technical perspective, the lip syncing and facial expressions look like something from the 90s, which really makes the game hard to enjoy. James.
LA Noire?
Oh, a good one, but no.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, good one again, but no. Okay, for 3 points. I don't think many expected this game to be good, but wow, it was. The gameplay, the combat, the graphics, the villains. There's a lot going for this game. And of course, a sequel was definitely expected. Richard, you'll go.
Not a clue.
James? Tension.
Is it Destiny?
No. No, it isn't. Okay, this is for 2 points, is it? Yeah. Number 4. The only reason it's not getting a 10 is because you need to keep detective mode on too much and cannot enjoy the wonderful colouring and graphics. So whose go is it, James? Oh, bless you, whoever that was.
Detective mode. Don't know.
You sound depressed.
It's really frustrates me. I still keep thinking it's Arkham Knight.
Was that your answer again?
Yeah, we've got Arkham Asylum. I know it's wrong. Right.
James, well done. 2 points to James. Sorry, Richard. It was so cruel.
Wow.
I couldn't give it to you. But it was so cruel. Oh, he's gutted.
I am.
He's absolutely
It's a
gutted.
confirmation, Richard. I'm not elated at all.
That makes it even worse. It means nothing to you and you win.
Alright then, way. Come on, lads. Let's carry on.
2 points to James. Well done, James. The last one was best comic book game ever. Only reason I gave it a 9 is I would play as other players like Robin, Nightwing, or even Batgirl. Okay. Good. Now, what's the score? Let's do Richard. What do you think the score is for this, for the bonus point?
8.1.
Okay, good. James? Higher or lower?
7.9.
Let's go below.
Lower.
8.7. So that's a bonus point for Richard there. Well done, Richard.
Oh, Richard.
Good. Right, good. Richard's gutted. He's seething. Absolutely seething. Okay, next one. First one. Awful save system. Tedious and boring boss fights. Lame story. It lacks any real control configuration. Text size is too small to read on anything less than a 32-inch TV. James.
Destiny.
If you don't, you can't say Destiny for everyone. Good. No.
All right. Oh.
Destiny's not in any of them. I'm giving you that. We're not doing Destiny.
Can we ever go?
No.
Does that discount Destiny 2 then?
Yes, anything. Or the whole Destiny, it's definitely not that.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Awful save systems. I'd go Dead Rising. 5
points to Richard. Well done, Richard.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well done. I know. I'm thinking about the save system, thinking is this too. I'm going to give you the rest really briefly. I almost broke my Xbox in a rage a couple of times during this game. The first when I realised that I could only save once, and the second when I realised that Infinity Mode or Survival has no save. WTF! Exclamation marks. 3, there are countless ways to off the fiends, smashing a plant pot over their heads, running them through with the chainsaw, the ace katana. The endless possibilities make it an essential. 4, the story's pretty good, having it start you off as a photographer, being helicoptered into a city to try and find out what's going on. You would have got that then. 5, the core gameplay going around a shopping mall while murdering zombies is a real treat and a lot of fun. Good. Richard, what would you... No. James, what would you give this? Not you give this. What do you think?
7.9.
7.9. Oh. Yeah. What do you think, Richard? Higher or lower?
Lower. 7.2.
It's 7.7. So James gets that because he's closer.
Yeah.
Well done, James. Well done. Good. Right. This is good. It's tight. 6 points to 3. This is all right. This is good. There we go. Next one. I am reviewing the new version of the game. Not much changed. Still boring. James, you'll go first.
I think it's Richard's go first, isn't it?
No,
it's yours.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Richard, you go first. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry.
New version of a game. GTA 5. I don't know.
No. James.
Mafia Remastered.
Oh, good. Take that. No, that's very not. Good. Number 2. Lost hours of work of progress as a newbie. Kept attacking me every time I fly anywhere. James.
I don't know. Anthem.
Oh, that's a good guess, but no. Yeah, no.
I would have said Anthem, but then I remembered they never got that new version of the game.
I like seeing Richard on the other side. He takes it quite seriously, doesn't he?
I do. I feel like I've got a reputation now.
I know.
Everything. And I don't want to let my fans down. Star Wars Battlefront. I don't think it is.
No, it isn't. Good though. We're going down to the 3 points. Tight controls, beautiful landscapes, and a sense of feeling really insignificant in the universe all sell the atmosphere and the mystery. Who's next? Is it Richard?
Richard.
Yeah.
But it's Xbox, yeah.
Yeah. Might not be though.
It really isn't.
If you miss it, you miss it.
Nah, don't know.
No guess?
No,
Okay.
I can't think.
James, what's your guess?
It's wrong, but I'll go with No Man's Sky.
3 points to James. Well done, James. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well done. Oh, this is good. This is tight now. It's great. I'm going to read you the rest because the next one made me laugh because it's me and Richard's talked to her. Started the game on a toxic planet and told to gather something before your suit fails and you die of toxic gas. I have no idea what to do, what the controls are, what I'm looking for, or where it's at. Good going, idiots. You've just lost a player.
Is that posted by GB Briley by any chance?
Yeah. Who's a dumb shit that chose that way to start the game? Had high hopes of relaxing venture, but instead choked to death within 5 minutes while shooting a stupid laser beam at random objects. Uninstalled. And the last one is,
Excellent.
When I was a kid, I used to dream that one day I'd be able to play a video game that allowed me to get to a spaceship and fly off to some distant world, engage in epic space battles, and make my mark on the universe. No Man's Sky allows you to do just that. Great.
That's a lovely comment.
I know, I like that one. Score. Who is it? Whose turn is it to do the score? I think it's Richard to go first. What would you go for, Richard?
Oh God, depends when it was posted. 6.8.
James, where are you going to go?
7.3.
7.5. Bonus point for James. Wow. So the points are, it's 7 points to 6. It's very close. It's really close. This is good. This is what we want. Excitement here, look. Are we ready for the next one?
This number 4.
Number 4, yeah. All to play for. So your first one. If you want to play a game that lasts less than 30 seconds to 1 minute and getting mad, this is your game. My God, I don't think I'll ever buy a game from this company ever again. If I wanted to play with cheaters and people with no social life but live and breathe this crap, I would.
Is it FIFA?
Is that your first, aren't you, James? Yes, you.
Yeah, is it FIFA?
No, it isn't. That's a good guess.
Oh.
Very good guess. Richard, what would you go for?
Overwatch?
No. Next one. Combat is chaotic. There's almost no difference between match 1 and match 999. Same map, same tactics, same rush to higher ground. Richard.
PUBG?
No. James.
Fortnite?
Well done, James. 4 points.
That's the other one.
No, I was going to go with PUBG or Fortnite. So you made that easy for me. Sorry, Richard.
The other answers is, why is this game even a thing? It's only popular because of Battle Royale, and that's it. This game takes no skill to learn, and is infested with the 9-year-olds that have access to mummy's credit card. It's an online 4-player co-op tower defense game, all about collecting material and building bases. I was a huge fan of this game during my first 5 hours with it, but you choose a hero out of a possible 4 different classes. And the last one, another Battle Royale game overtakes the rest in popularity, and with it now becomes a mainstream. You have to know whether Battle Royale deserves all its players, or just another trend that would die out in the next few months. They got that wrong, didn't they? Right. Who's guessing first? I'm confused. Is it
James?
James, what would you give this? What would the users give this?
8.2.
Okay. Richard, what would you say?
I'm going to be a bit of a dick and say 8.1. Need a point.
It's 3.5.
Oh my word.
So Richard got a point there. Yeah. Would you believe that? The kind of critics reviews are something like in the 8s, I think, and that's 3.5. Mad. Okay, so Richard's got 7 points, and Jane has got 11 points. So Richard, you still could win here. Oh, it could be near a draw. I don't know what happens if we get a draw, but we'll see.
Watch this, it'll be Yakuza. Come.
Yeah, but you know it'll be Yakuza, so you'll get it now.
How are we feeling, you two? Relaxed?
No, I'm really not. I'm really not enjoying this.
Richard hates it. Oh, okay. Right, here we go. The first one. Despite the reviews, this game is a piece of trash. I'm sorry, but there's nothing to do. It's utter bullshit and overpriced. I think it's Richard.
Richard first.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2.
No. James.
Cyberpunk.
Ooh, no. Good. Okay, for 4 points. This will be to draw with James. Some of the puzzles seem downright impossible at first, but have such clever and elegant solutions. They will leave you with a great sense of accomplishment when you finally do solve them. Also, the ending level is a treat.
Is it Portal 2?
No, good guess, sir. No.
I don't think it is, but The Witness.
No. Next one. Music is enchanting, gameplay entertaining, but also satisfying on a high level. When you consider that this game cost you less than £12, you'd be a fool not to buy it. Who's next? I've forgotten.
It's me.
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Oh.
Mine's drawn a blank. No,
Have a guess, Richard. Have a guess. It's worth a guess.
Missed. It's not though.
Oh, no, it isn't. That's a good guess, James.
Is it Yakuza?
No. 12 quid. No. Okay. Next one.
Bargain.
For 2 points. Simply fantastic. Excellent spin on the classic platformer with the added twist of time-bending puzzles. Very cool to play through as it forces you to think in new and creative ways. James.
Time bending.
This is the hardest one.
I just go Crash Bandicoot. I don't know.
No, it's not that one. But it has got time-bending puzzles in there. Richard, what do you think?
That would have been my guess as well. I also want to say Deathloop. It's not even out yet, is it? So it's not going to be that.
No.
Nah.
Have a guess. It's good for the people at home.
Ratchet and Clank.
No, good guess as well.
Anything.
Good guess. The last one. The game idea itself is awesome. Every riddle you have to solve is unique and so cleverly done. There have been so many moments when I just thought, ingenious, especially the star hunting, which is very nice. Even if I wouldn't have found all the stars on my own, the game is a very rare piece of art, and for now it's the best game I've ever played. Thank you for creating it. You did a fantastic job. And I think who's next? Who's first to guess?
Richard.
It's your last one. It's a hard one, this one.
I still haven't got a clue. Star hunting.
He's angry.
The only thing I can think of where you hunt for stars is in Assassin's Creed Origins, where you get the constellations, but it's not that. But no. I can't think of anything, so that's what I'm going to have to go for.
That's really no, it's not that, I'm afraid. James?
I really don't know. Star hunting.
There might be people shouting now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Neil to comment tomorrow saying he wouldn't beat us all.
Star Wars. No.
No.
Not a clue. Let's go with Trine 4.
Good guess, but no. Afraid so. Well, there you go. It's Braid.
All right.
Anger for both of you. Richard, what was really good? Richard was so close when he went The Witness as well. I was like, oh, it's the same maker. It's his second game. Yeah. And me and James were talking about Braid the other day.
It is a great game.
Yeah, and we were saying about it. We were talking about it as well, about the stars. Yeah, it's a hard one. That's the hardest one. But what was the score? What do we think? Whose go is it now for scores? For the bonus point?
Me first,
yeah.
I think. 6.7.
Okay. What are you going to go for, James?
It doesn't really matter. I'll go with 9.
Don't just rub it in like that. It doesn't matter. I've won. It's 8.6 and you have won that. So you got a bonus point. Yeah. 12 points to James, 7 points to Richard. James, well done.
Well done, James.
Okay. I'll be honest with you, James. I didn't think you would stand a chance. I'll say that now, but you proved...
I didn't think I'd play. I thought I just hang up.
But you did brilliantly, yeah? That's good. Couple of 4s. Okay. Great. Really good. Mm-hmm. Well done, Richard. Unlucky. I'm sorry to put you through that on the other side.
It's fine. I'm looking forward to the rematch already.
There we go. Yeah, it's good.
Oh no, we can't have it again.
Oh yeah, we'll have it again, definitely.
I think now.
We like it.
And the reigning champion.
It is a good game.
It's a good game.
It's a lot of fun.
Neil's won one. Right, lovely. Now, what are we looking forward to next week? Is there anything going on next week at all? Richard, what have you got?
I am, and Neil's not going to be happy to hear this, but I am hoping to be review free.
Oh.
Although I have put my name down for another game, so it might not be.
Well, you definitely won't be now when he hears this.
No, that is it. I don't know what's coming my way. But yeah, I've spent far too long reviewing the Yakuza Remastered Collection.
Yeah.
I need a bit, not time off.
Big, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, big. Yeah. A lot of time needed.
Mm-hmm.
James, what about you? Looking forward to anything next week?
I don't even know what day it is.
Good. That's what I like.
Probably not.
No, good.
More wrestling.
Yeah. Okay. Watch Dogs Online is next week. We might, all three of us might have a go at that together, might we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It worries me at the moment. All I'm getting is updates for these games. That's got an 18.6 gig update. I've got no space at the moment. So it must be the online. So that's on the 9th. So we'll give that a go. I mean, it looks intriguing. It might be quite good fun. We'll see what happens. We'll give that a go.
Yeah,
we can report back.
The first one.
Yeah.
The first one it's great fun. Especially when you're hiding out in cars.
Yeah.
And try to infiltrate people.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. So that's coming out the 9th. So we look forward to that. But for now, that's it, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Richard, where can we find you if we need to talk to you?
I'll be on Twitter at Dobbo1912.
Good. And James, where can we find you?
Twitter, Instagram, at OKUKO.
And you can find me on GB Bridie at Twitter and Twitch. But for now, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
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 You've been listening to the official podcast of TheXboxHub.com. You had found all the notes of this show at www.TheXboxHub.com/podcast. You can also check out our social feeds on Instagram and Twitter at The Xbox Hub and search for The Xbox Hub on Facebook.